And what if you give up just before you reached the top of the mountain? The purpose of this video is to help you to get to know me better and to hopefully motivate you and encourage you if you're in the early stages of your YouTube and filmmaking journey like I am, or if you're thinking about to start a YouTube channel but you're still hesitating. And the message that I want to convey is that start before you're ready. And I'm going to explain a little bit more later on in this video. And in order for you to learn from my mistakes, I'm gonna have to tell you a little bit about my backstory. 2 years ago, I uploaded my first YouTube video. Let's rewind back about 5 to 6 months into 2017. And that's when I accidentally happened to bump into Lost LeBlanc's video about the top 10 destinations to travel to in the Philippines. And as a half Filipino, half Finnish guy, I was naturally pumped about the video, and I immediately went to Lost LeBlanc's YouTube channel, and then I just started to literally watch all of Lost LeBlanc's Philippines travel videos. And before that, I didn't even consume YouTube like at all, except for some music videos every now and then. And all of a sudden, I know that this might sound kind of crazy, but I just knew that I want to make videos. Okay, so at this point it was very crystal clear that I wanted to start making videos and I wanted to start my own YouTube channel. But the problem was that I knew nothing about cameras. But then I happened to see a video from Lost LeBlanc called Best Camera and Equipment 2017. There was this one camera that stood out to me. A point and shoot camera, easy to use, low learning curve, very good autofocus and a flip out screen, and it fit in your pocket. And that was the Canon G7X Mark II. And now that I finally had a camera, it was time to start practicing using the camera and watching a ton of tutorials about camera basics. And that was how I found Mari Hapoya's YouTube channel. After watching a ton of Mari Hapoya's tutorials, I quickly realized that just a simple point and shoot camera simply won't do the trick for me. So on March 5th, 2018, I bought my first DSLR, the Canon SL2. So at this point my urge to start my own YouTube channel was growing by the day. But there were a lot of things that were holding me back. First of all, I knew nothing about cameras. I didn't know the difference between shutter speed, white balance, aperture, nothing. And I didn't know what my channel would be about. But the most biggest thing that was holding me back was the fear of what other people would think about me if I released a video publicly to the world. And here's the thing. The reasons that made me finally build up the courage to upload my first YouTube video were that first of all, I made the decision that I will not care about what other people are thinking about me. Second of all, I made it very clear for myself and accepted the fact that I knew nothing about cameras. Third of all, I knew that the fastest way to find your treasure, which is your goal, is to start looking for it even if you have no map. Okay guys, it's the launch of my YouTube channel and I'm gonna upload my very first YouTube video ever. And we're in Finland, so it's currently 30 minutes to midnight, but if you're in the US it's probably I think 6 p.m. and let's do this. Let's see how it goes. The uploading of my first YouTube video ever. Done. Hey guys, my name is Jussi. Welcome to my channel. Today is a very special day. We're spending quality time with my lovely girlfriend. And today we're celebrating
Valentine's Day.
That's right, Valentine's Day. So the rest of 2018 with my YouTube channel was kind of like I was lost in the jungle, because I didn't really know what my YouTube channel was actually about. First, I was so convinced that it's about bucket list things like I went skydiving, bungee jumping, but then I quickly realized that this is not actually sustainable. And then I tried my first these kind of filmmaking tutorial type of videos for a bit, but I quickly realized that I didn't really yet have the skills that I could teach other people. And from there I went to these travel videos, and I was still kind of lost mentally, and I didn't yet have any kind of, very clear on to the point value proposition with my YouTube channel. But for some reason, even though I was struggling with the direction of my YouTube channel, by the end of 2018, during the months of November and December, I gained, for some reason, from a couple of hundred subscribers to 1,000 subscribers just before the year ended. Then on February 2019, I went to the Philippines for a 3-week filming trip with my cousin to film some travel vlogs. When I came back to Finland around the end of March, I started uploading those Philippine travel vlogs once a week. And then, fast forward, around June, I realized that my channel growth was basically flat. I still had the 1,000 subscribers, but no growth. I barely had any views in my videos, and nothing was really happening. I had no direction, and I kind of felt lost. And that was the time when I had to have this sort of like mental time out. And I had to rethink and redesign my YouTube channel. I spent quite a lot of time thinking about what's actually the purpose of my YouTube channel, because quitting wasn't an option. And then I kind of just thought to myself that Jussi, keep it simple and think about what you're really passionate about. What's your biggest ambition? And then it just hit me like, filmmaking. That's the very reason why I actually got into YouTube, and that's the reason why I wanted to, make videos, because of making videos, because of filmmaking, and because of these failures, and because of trying different things like these bucket list videos, travel vlogs, vlogs in general, doing tons of videos and a lot of shitty videos that sucked. I had actually gained some skills and learned the basics and actually gotten pretty good at filmmaking. And then it just hit me and I realized that my channel is gonna be about filmmaking, tips and tutorials and camera gear. Now that I knew what my channel's value proposition was and what was the actual, topic and niche of my channel, I started to make these filmmaking tutorials, and I started off with making these Premiere Pro editing tutorials, but actually none of them really took off. I wasn't quite sure what kind of filmmaking videos I should make in order to, stand out of the crowd. And then I was like, forget about these Premiere Pro tutorials, I'll do something else. In the fall of 2019, I made a couple of videos that were actually moderately quite good. And then, for the lack of assistance and not having anyone to film or having anyone to film me, I came up with this idea that how about if I teach other people how to film yourself by yourself? And that's when I made, I think it was November 2019, I made this video about how to film yourself behind the scenes, which I was really proud about. Because actually the production quality, in my opinion, was pretty good at the time, and when I looked through the competition on YouTube, I didn't find very much of those similar competing videos that were similar to my video. It ended up having like 670 views. So I was like, okay, well, whatever, I'll just move on. One major step forward with my YouTube channel in the fall of 2019 and at the end of the year was the fact that I realized that I should keep things simple and teach about those things that I already am good at, or things that I could easily learn and get good at and then teach you in tutorials. So then I made a couple of simple tutorials like how to get gimbal-like movements handheld, and I also made some clever tutorials where I cloned myself and made it look like I was talking to a duplicate of myself. Something weird happened between November 2019 and December 2019, just before the year ended. Because my subscriber count went from approximately 1,000 to 2,000 just before 2020. That was kind of weird because there was like, between the first year I almost got none subscribers, and then all of a sudden at the end of 2018 it went to 1,000 subscribers, and then at the end of 2019 it went to 2,000 subscribers. So in the beginning of January 2020 I was naturally of course happy about the fact that I had 2,000 subscribers, but at the same time it really bothered me that why my growth and my subscriber count and my views were very inconsistent. I mean, it didn't happen like steadily. It was like no growth, sudden growth, no growth, sudden growth. And I started to pay a lot more attention to the YouTube analytics. I started to study them and I started to analyze my YouTube channel. I went through the thumbnails and then I paid attention to my second video about how to film yourself by yourself. I was like, the thumbnail sucks. I went and I redid the thumbnail. I wasn't still like, completely satisfied. I knew it wasn't perfect by no means, but it was good enough. So I changed it and I was like, okay, the thumbnails changed, it's fine, okay, let's move on. After I changed the thumbnail, the views went from having almost no new views within the first weeks of January, having a lot of views every single week. And on January 29th, this happened.
But this week's shout out goes to Jussi Alexander. I actually had the privilege of meeting Jussi last week at the Canon Raila workshop here in Helsinki, where I was teaching about vlogging and how to start a YouTube channel. Great guy, and as well he's putting out great content. Just recently he put a great video about how to film handheld footage and make it smooth. I checked it out, really loved it. So if you're interested in that topic, make sure you go check out his channel, subscribe to it, give him some love.
I mean, how insane is that? One of my favorite YouTubers, Teppo Haapoja, gave me a shout out on his YouTube channel. That came like totally out of the blue. After the shout out Teppo gave me, the views and the momentum of my video, how to film yourself behind the scenes, kept growing, and the growth curve got steeper and steeper. And I estimated that based on the analytics of the time, my channel would achieve 10,000 subscribers by June. As my most popular YouTube video kept gaining more momentum every day and giving me more subscribers every single day, I started to feel pretty confident about the direction my channel was headed to. And then on March 19th, this happened.
So the first channel and person that I want to talk about is a dude that is from Finland, which is neighbor country of Sweden, and his name is Jussi Alexander, or I think you pronounce it in Finnish like Jussi Alexander, if that is correct, I don't know. But what I like about his channel is that he is so consistent with his uploads. He's really high production value on all his videos, and he really shares his information with you when you're watching his videos. There's like everything from like shooting B-roll, behind the scenes videos, and how to shoot B-roll off yourself. And I mean, like the last video that he dropped when I'm recording this video is top 5 cinematic gimbal movements that you can use in your own videos. So I'm gonna show you some of the highlights from his videos right now.
Today's video is all about how to film yourself by yourself. Do you want to learn how to get comfortable on camera but have no experience? First shot is the follow shot, where you follow the subject from behind as they walk forwards. I mean, how insane is that? Like, Peter Lindgren gave me a shout out on his channel. That's like insane. Like, literally 2 of my top 5 favorite YouTubers gave me a shout out within a month. So after Peter gave me the shout out, my channel got 1,000 new subscribers within the next 7 days. The continuing growth and momentum that my best video, how to film yourself behind the scenes, had already gained, that plus the shout out from Teppo and the shout out from Peter, probably gave a huge steroid boost to that video's momentum, because at the best week That video alone got 90,000 views within a week. During that week, at the best day, that video gave me, during one day, 1,000 new subscribers on one day. So like I said before, based on the growth at the time, on January 2020, I had estimated that by the end of June 2020, I had reached 10,000 subscribers. Well, I reached 10,000 subscribers on April 6th, which is pretty amazing, and I was totally surprised about it. Every single one of us has the potential to be excellent at something if you're really passionate about it. And I'm really passionate about filmmaking and YouTube. Let me say this. I believe that every single one of us has a certain minimum required amount of kilometers to be walked on certain shoes through a certain path to reach the top of the mountain, aka reach your goals. But the problem is that for some of us, the starting line is a lot closer to the top of the mountain. And for some of us, we have to change the shoes during our journey several times. But either way, if you never start, how are you gonna know if you're gonna make it to the top of the mountain or not? And what if you give up just before you reach the top of the mountain? I'm in the beginning of my journey towards the top, but I've found the right shoes. And now I feel confident and excited every morning when I wake up because I know which shoes to put on. And I know that if I continue doing what I do and pushing forward no matter what, at some point I will be at the very top. So try and you might, don't and you won't. You can do it.